Welcome back to my channel, Firewall again. Uh, Today I'm going to tell you what is the drop template. Why Checkpoint Firewall have a feature called uh, drop template. At what situation we will use drop template? What is drop template? And at the last we will be configure the lab and we will show you, I will show you the actual use of drop template. All right, so guys, be with me till the end of this video. So let's begin. What is drop template? As the name suggests, it is something which used to drop some sort of things, right? The meaning is also same and the actual purpose is also same. So consider uh, this is your firewall gateway, and this firewall is set up or come up with the some certain say some certain throughputs like your memory, RAM, processes, CPU, etc. When your firewall or gateway is in heavy load of traffic, say for example your firewall having the attacks like DDoS attacks or the DOS attacks, and this firewall is in a heavy load, the CPU of the firewall is very high, the memory utilization is become very high due to this DDoS attacks. So in a such sort of situations, drop template use to drop the packets, but the packets which are causing more CPU resources. What that mean? For example, let me bring my notepad here. Consider this is your gateway, and in this gateway you have a security policies, right? Uh, One of the policy which usually we have like a cleanup rule. Basically the rule, cleanup rule. What this rule means, any traffic which is not configured into the firewall for the acceptance or for the drop, whatever it is, that traffic get dropped. So during the scenarios, sometimes DDoS attacks happens, and with the, from the public network, your firewall get targeted with the various, source IP addresses. Obviously, those source IP addresses are not uh, configured into your firewall. Due to that, will go to the cleanup rule, and those traffic get dropped all the time. But the processing here for the dropping the traffic involves lot of things. For example, uh, let me refer you a cool SK which explains all these details in a deeper way. So if you see this SK 9041, 90941, here you will understand what are the things you need to set up for the drop template configuration, as well as how you can optimize the parameters and everything. So I was saying, lot of packets get hit to your firewalls, and your cleanup rule drop those packets. So when your cleanup rule drop those packets coming from the outside world, your firewall involved a lot of processing for that. So the dropping the packet involves a lot of things. I mean, checking the packets, matching the rule, involving a lot of processes for that, for logging as well. The fw process comes like that. Fw uh, sort of processes, lot of processes come into the picture, and having those processes coming into the picture, firewall goes into high cpu and the memory utilization, which cause your system, or your firewall to become slow responsive, you know not responding well with the other packets which are legitimate like that. So in that scenarios, in that situations, we have to implement uh, drop template feature uh, for this statement. Heavy load of traffic that should be dropped may cause gateway resource consumptions. So whichever the traffic causing heavy load on your firewall, that traffic, you know obviously that is getting dropped by the cleanup rule or one of the other rule which we have, but that traffic processing load get reduced, and your firewall not get bothered about this traffic. So for example, this traffic without drop template rule, uh, the firewall taking some processes into the picture, and say for example 30% of CPU and the memory was utilizing or is utilizing with this traffic, but after implementing the drop template rule, this 30% becomes zero. So now your firewall is free from this traffic, and because of its intelligence and uh, the features which we have configure on this drop template, that will help uh, to optimize all these things. I hope this concept is clear. What is drop template and why the drop template is used. Okay, so now let's quickly set up a lab where we'll try to hit the firewall with certain ICMP packets, and with uh, uh, with the drop rules, those packets getting dropped, or we will create a one rule who is dropping those packets, and we will observe the traffic before the drop template implemented and after the drop template implements. Okay, so be with me. Let me quickly go to the firewall, and here I will create one simple rule. For example, let's me create one rule. So I will say drop ICMP for my PC IP address. So this is my PC IP address, and I will drop the traffic will drop for ICMP traffic will drop for this IP address. So my source will be my PC. So let me create one host. So this is my PC IP address. Uh, Destination will be the gateway. So I'll put here say cluster. Uh, then traffic which I want to drop is ICMP packets. So ICMP request and the port both will be dropped. And let me log this traffic. Okay. So this rule will drop the packets uh, from my PC. Let me push the policy quickly. And meanwhile, let's log into the gateway and check the stuff from there. So 192.168.1.101 is my gateway IP address. Let me log in. Excuse me. And here I will show you FW status. So right now, as you are seeing, the drop template is disabled. Okay. So whatever the traffic going to hit here will be without drop template. So these are the CPU load right now. What we have. Let me just go ahead and see. Okay, the policy got installed. So I have a tool to generate the traffic. Uh, from where I will try to generate the ICMP traffic with say data size 100 or sorry 1000. Okay, and it will continuously do the ping to my security gateway. So as you can see, the ping is started, but as the traffic is getting dropped, that's why I think we have no response. Let me show you same from the logs. If we can see there, let's go ahead and observe the traffic for 101 for today itself. Let me see. So you can see the ICMP request is getting dropped, but right now it's saying with the cleanup rule. Source is this, destination is 101. Let me go to the gateway. Let's bring this up. This rule, source is this, destination is this, drop is drop. Let's see if this is something happening. Okay, so packet are not dropped by this rule. ICMP request. Okay, so there is a specific gateway we are targeting. That's why maybe it's getting dropped by the cleanup rule. So anyhow, the traffic is getting dropped. That was our purpose. So let me show you same from the logs. So right now, whatever the ICMP traffic we have is getting dropped, as you can see from the cleanup rule, the ICMP packets what we are sending. Okay, and let's see what is the load on the CPU. So this is what the current load we have. Okay, now you can implement a drop template feature from CLI. So as I told you, you can refer the SK, which give you more detailed understanding, like how you can uh, implement drop template. So SK, this one you can do it, go ahead and do it from the CLI. Lot of stuff there, or you can do it from the smart dashboard itself. So if you go to the smart dashboard, to the gateway which we are talking about. So this is my cluster. If I go to the cluster property, there's something called optimization, and at the end here is enable drop template feature. And once you click to enable and then OK, and then you have to install the policy, first publish it. Okay, and let me meanwhile open one more session to putty session to the gateway. So 192.168.1.101 and the password, AW access status is disabled here, and there is one more. Okay, there's one more. This guy. Let both the things in front of us. Let's go ahead and install the policy now and see the difference. So I just want to go ahead and install the policy. And let's let both the things come on repair. I mean, let's see the CPU utilization. So right now the policy is getting installed. That's why we are saying more CPU utilization. However, once done, let's see. So now drop template is enabled, and we let me show you that first. So if you come here and you will see the status. Uh, if you see, the drop template is enabled now, and we are observing the CPU and the memory as well. So CPU is again 321. This is a lab environment. That's why you won't notice a difference, because whatever the traffic we are sending is in a small chunk. But when you talk about some sort of situation where really DDoS sort of attacks are happening, and you have to take care of the things, that time this drop template features become very handy and useful. Most of the organization, they keep this feature enabled, drop template feature enabled, just because uh, whenever their important servers are in our firewall, important firewalls are on onto the heavy load, it's automatically with their, I mean, this dot template automatically drop those. I mean, the traffic will drop, but whatever the load carries on your firewall will automatically get reduced using these drop template features. So most of the organization, they keep enable these drop template features. Uh, from the beginning, and they feel like, okay, if some role comes on my firewall, it automatically get rid of using the job template, and that is what happens. So this is very intelligence feature what we have from the checkpoint. Okay, and as we are saying, traffic will go like %1 3 whatever it is, because of that drop template things. uh, let's quickly look. uh, the logs and everything will be look same. There is no changes. but intelligently in a background these things have works. So there is no change on the logs, but you will see whatever the things happening. Okay, so now, okay, the new rule taking place in or coming into the picture for dropping this traffic. Anyhow, the purpose was to show you how to implement the drop template and what is the feature and why we use the drop template. So I hope you guys understand the feature, and I hope you guys like the video. So please guys subscribe my channel and press bell icon, so whatever the latest upload video will come to you as soon as I upload them. Thanks for watching this video and have a good day.